This video covers a lot of actions you'll find yourself doing daily when you use Windows 8. If you're a veteran Windows user, many of these steps will probably be very familiar, so familiar that you might want to skip this video and move on. But if you're new to Windows or need a refresher on how to make Windows work, get comfy because we're about to cover a lot of territory. Let's start by dissecting a typical desktop window. You might recognize this window as your Documents library, that storage tank for most of your work. Windows behave differently depending on where they've been clicked. At the top of nearly every window, there's a title bar that usually lists the program name and the file it's currently working on. Title bars make convenient handles for moving windows around your desktop. Just point at a blank part of the title bar, hold down the mouse button, and move the mouse around. The window follows your mouse. Double-click a blank portion of the title bar, and the window leaps to fill the entire screen. Double-click it again, and it's back to the original size. At the right end of the title bar, you see 3 square buttons. They let you minimize, restore, or close a window. When you work with Windows, the drag and drop feature is a convenient one. Although the phrase sounds like it's straight out of a mafia guidebook, it's really a non-violent mouse trick. A way of moving something, say an icon on your desktop, from one place to another. To drag, put the mouse pointer over the icon and hold down the left or right mouse button. As you move the mouse, the pointer drags the icon across the screen. Place the item where you want it and release the mouse button. It drops unharmed. Holding down the right mouse button while dragging and dropping makes Windows toss up a helpful little menu asking whether you want to copy or move the icon. When you want to navigate folders, you can use the Windows address bar. It lives directly beneath every folder's title bar. Internet Explorer veterans will experience déjà vu because this one is lifted straight from the top of Internet Explorer and glued to every folder. The address bar's 4 main parts perform 4 different duties. These 2 arrows keep track as you forage through your PC's folders. The backward button backtracks to the folder you just visited. The forward button brings you back. With this arrow, you can see a list of places you've visited previously. Click any entry to go there. Removed from Windows 7, the up arrow button triumphantly returns to Windows 8. Click it to move up one folder from your current folder. Just as the Internet Explorer address bar lists a website's address, the Windows 8 address bar displays your current folder's address, its location inside your PC. In another ripoff from Internet Explorer, every Windows 8 folder sports a search box. Instead of searching the internet, though, it rummages through your folder's contents. The Windows desktop has a lot of menu items. That's why Windows 8 places menus inside a tab-filled ribbon that lives at the top of every folder and library. The ribbon's tabs each offer different options. To reveal the secret options, click any tab, Share, for example. The ribbon quickly changes, presenting all your options related to sharing a file. If a button's meaning isn't immediately obvious, hover your mouse pointer over it to see a little message explaining the button. The navigation pane contains 5 main sections: Favorites, Libraries, Home Group, Computer, and Network. Click any of those sections and the window's right side shows you the contents of what you've clicked. Not to be confused with your favorite websites in Internet Explorer, the favorites in the navigation pane are words serving as clickable shortcuts to your most frequently accessed locations in Windows. Your Windows desktop, believe it or not, is actually a folder that's always spread open across your screen. Clicking Desktop under Favorites quickly shows you the contents. Click this shortcut to find the files you've downloaded while browsing the Internet. Click Recent Places and you'll see a list of every folder or setting you've recently visited. Unlike normal folders, libraries show you the contents of several folders, all collected in one place for easy viewing. Windows libraries begin by showing the contents of 2 folders, your own folder and its public counterpart, which is available to anyone with an account on your PC. This shortcut opens the Documents library and immediately displays your My Documents and Public Documents folders. This shortcut jumps straight to your Music library, where you can double-click on a song to hear it. To get to your pictures, use this shortcut. Similarly, this shortcut jumps straight to your Videos library, where a double-click on a video opens it for immediate viewing. Home Group is a convenient way of sharing information between several household PCs. Home groups are 2 or more PCs that share information through a simple network. Click here to see folders shared by other networked PCs in your home group. This Computer button is opened mainly by PC techies. It lets you browse through your PC's folders and disks. Other than a quick click to see what lives on a recently inserted flash drive or portable hard drive, you probably won't visit here much. Finally, old-school networks will still work in Windows 8, and any networked PCs, including your home group buddies, appear here. This is the scroll bar. Inside it, the scroll box moves along as you move through the Windows contents. In fact, by glancing at the box's position in the scroll bar, you can tell whether you're viewing items in the Window's beginning, middle, or end. By clicking in various places on the scroll bar, you can quickly view different parts of things. Clicking the scroll bar along the bottom of the Start screen lets you view any shy apps hiding beyond the screen's right edge. If you don't see a scroll box in the bar, you're already seeing all the window has to offer. There's nothing to scroll. To move around in a hurry, drag the scroll box inside the scroll bar. As you drag, you see the Window's contents race past. When you see the spot you want, let go of the mouse button to stay at that position. If you're using a mouse that has a little wheel embedded in the poor critter's back, spin it to move quickly inside the scroll bar, switching your view accordingly. It's a handy way to explore the Start screen, long documents, and file-filled folders. A border is the thin edge surrounding a window. Compared with a bar, it's really tiny. To change a window's size, drag the border in or out. Dragging by a corner gives the best results. Some windows don't have borders. If that's the case, their size can't be changed. When you have many windows open, the window atop the pile that's getting all the attention is called the active window. It receives any keystrokes you happen to type. You can move a window to the top of the pile so that it's active in any of several ways. Move the mouse pointer until it hovers over any portion of your desired window. Then click the mouse button. That window moves to the top of the pile. On the taskbar along the desktop's bottom, click the button for the window you want. You can also hold down the Alt key while tapping the Tab key. A small window pops up, displaying a thumbnail of each open window on your desktop. When your favorite window is highlighted, let go of the Alt key, and it leaps to the forefront. Hold down the Windows key and keep tapping the Tab key. A bar appears along your screen's left edge, showing thumbnails of all your running apps and programs. When the window you want is highlighted, let go of the Windows key. You can move a window by dragging and dropping its title bar. When you drop the window in place, the window not only remains where you left it, but it also stays on top of the pile, until you click another window which brings that window to the top of the pile. When you're through working in a window, close it. Click the little X in its upper right corner. If you try to close your window before finishing your work, Windows cautiously asks whether you'd like to save your work. Take it up on its offer by clicking Yes, and if necessary, typing in a file name so that you can find your work later. The longer you use Windows, the more likely you are to want to see two windows side by side. To do that quickly, drag a Windows title bar against one side of your screen. When your mouse pointer touches the screen's edge, let go of the mouse button. Repeat these same steps with a second window, dragging it to the opposite side of the monitor. You can also right-click on a blank part of the taskbar and choose Show Windows Side by Side. The windows align next to each other. To align them in horizontal rows, choose Show Windows Stacked. If you have more than 3 open windows, the Show Windows Stacked option tiles them across your screen, which is handy for seeing just a bit of each one. If you have more than 2 windows open, click the Minimize button to minimize the windows you don't want tiled. Then use the Show Windows Side by Side option to align the 2 remaining windows. To make the current window fill the screen's right half, hold the Windows key and press the right arrow key. To fill the screen's left half, hold the Windows key and press the left arrow key. Sometimes a window opens to a small square. Other times it opens to fill the entire screen. But windows rarely open to the exact size you want, until you discover this trick. When you manually adjust the size and placement of a window, Windows memorizes that size and always reopens the window to that same size. Open a window and drag its corners until the window is the exact size and in the exact location you want. Let go of the mouse to drop the corner into its new position. Be sure to resize the window manually by dragging its corners or edges with the mouse. Simply clicking the Maximize button won't work. Windows memorizes the size and placement of a window at the time it was last closed. When you open that window again, it opens to the same size you last left it. But the changes you make apply only to the program you made them in. Most windows follow these sizing rules, but a few renegades from other programs may misbehave, unfortunately. Phew, that is a lot to remember. Fortunately, you can apply all these actions to almost any task or application on the Windows desktop.